Follow up. Last week, when talking about the amount of info Marvel was releasing about Doctor Strange, you said Spider-Man makes Spider-Man money regardless of leaks. But No Way Home, it made more domestic than Homecoming and Far From Home combined.
Yeah.
So it just begs, that's what I'm saying. That's the question. Do you think because they felt like because people knew more about it going into it, that it was going to make more money? So that was the idea. But another follow-up. Apparently Kevin Feige is supposedly not pleased or wasn't pleased about the amount of stuff shown from Doctor Strange pre-release either. Having seen the movie, we'll talk about that later.
Mm-hmm.
They knew what they were doing. I think he's just saying that. I don't know. Like, it's I'm not going to be the conspiracy theory-esque about it, but I think like the shit that they showed in the trailers was good or didn't matter as much now, having seen it.
I will agree that it doesn't matter as much because, I mean,
Knowing
half
that,
those scenes in those trailers didn't happen.
Not true.
Anything that looked like Wong, Doctor Strange, and Wanda teaming up.
Yeah, but they didn't. Okay, so
which was a lot of it.
I was going to say, that was one of the things I was going to talk about when we talk about the movie. The trailers were great because it's not that they didn't happen. They just cut them to make you think different shit. It's the way they're cut, not the fact that they didn't happen. Because I watched one after seeing the movie and I was like, oh, dude, this is cut brilliantly.
Yeah.
Because they hide.
Not said Illuminati, though.
Yeah, I mean, I think in the grand scheme of things, it didn't matter, though. Because, like, going into the movie, unless, like, Thursday/Friday, I had no idea who the villain was.
Okay.
You know? And did you? You might have you might have had an idea, but, like, you might have been able to guess.
If you asked me who the villain was last Tuesday, I would have said a Wanda variant.
Yeah. That would have been, like, a guess, though. You know what I mean? Like, the trailers never show you that. Follow up to the movie draft, which I think it was the week before last. We have our first casualty, which we had actually that might have been the day we did it. It was April 25th, right? Yeah. Puss in Boots, one of your picks, was delayed until December 2022, pushing it outside of the movie draft window, meaning you will be getting 0 for it.
That's like my 5th round pick.
4th or 5th, yeah. It was top. It was top half. So this is undoubtedly not the last casualty the movie draft will have. I expect at least 1 or 2 more. LA is seeing a huge spike in cases right now, and I don't doubt that if that continues, movie studios will start to get nervous about the colder months. It's movie news time. The first trailer for Don't Worry, Darling, a movie one of us probably should have drafted.
Yeah, like over Puss in Boots, maybe.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't Worry, Darling. What the fuck is that?
Came out last week, and it looks pretty good. Did you see it?
No.
Oh, dude, it looks really good. I showed it to my wife. She was like, "That's my kind of movie." I was like, "Yeah, it looks good for sure." I'm actually looking forward to it. I think it'll. I don't know, but if I had to like watch a bunch of trailers for movies that come out and make guesses on what are going to end up on people's top 10s of the year, I think if that movie is as good as its trailer looks, it's going to end up on top 10s for 2022. So, but it doesn't mean it's going to make money because that's not always the case either.
Right.
Like everything all at once. Yeah, exactly. Like that is going to be on people's top 10s, but it didn't make that much money.
Yeah. Actually, made less than Doctor Strange made in one night.
Yeah. I was going to say some asshole tweeted about how Doctor Strange made more in one day than Everything Everywhere All at Once did in its entire theatrical run so far. And that it won the multiverse battle. And it's like, dude, but speaking of that.
Imagine thinking that 30 movies and 6 TV shows leading into one movie is the same as some random movie.
But yeah, it is time to talk about the Doctor Strange box office. We're going to talk about Doctor Strange multiple times, then we'll do a review for it later. It made $185 million in its opening weekend.
That's a pretty good number.
Domestic, yeah, which is pretty good. It is not the 260 that No Way Home got its opening weekend.
No.
So it's not looking good for the 800 million domestic number that I was guessing for it. But 650? 650, I would say, for domestic theatrical run.
I mean, I know a lot of people that haven't seen it, and I'm like, I want to talk about this.
So again, speaking of Doctor Strange, which we'll be doing a review on later, just going to reiterate that again. Someone for Variety has argued that it should have probably gotten an R rating.
For what?
The content of the movie.
I guess.
They were like, who did Marvel bribe at the MPAA to get the PG-13 for this?
There was barely any blood.
Yeah.
There was implied death.
There was like a charred corpse in a scene. I was like, yeah, is that a burned body?
That's in Star Wars.
Yeah, it's true. You see a guy burn in Star Wars, and that's, like actual as it's happening, not just like him dead later. But what's worse, like watching a guy burn or seeing a person that was burned be dead later?
Yeah, how about seeing somebody's face melt in Indiana Jones? Like,
that's it for news stuff, really. Then it's releases. Operation Mincemeat, a World War II drama. Everybody loves those. That opened limited last Friday, hits Netflix this Wednesday. And the Zac Efron movie, which is based on a Stephen King story, Firestarter, hits Peacock on Friday the 13th. Also in theaters the same day, but Peacock's like $10. TV news time. Finally, some good news out of Netflix. I Think You Should Leave has been renewed for a third season. That's really it. Netflix, otherwise, right now is just seemingly on a downslide.
Seems it.
There's a lot of like a dumb TV stuff that's happening soon. Speaking of dumb TV stuff, 5 U.S. senators want a warning to be put on shows that feature a gay person or have a mention of sexual orientation or gender identity. They wrote a letter to Charles Rivkin, who is the chairman for the TV Parental Guidelines Monitoring Board.
People are fucking idiots.
Yeah, it's not false. They say that, I don't want to read the whole letter. They're saying PG includes some sexual situations and like G includes no sexual dialogue situations. They're saying if somebody identifies as gay, that's them. That's like sexual dialogue. It's not.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh yeah, gender identity. So they're saying if someone's like
a boy,
yeah, call me they, and that's them being sexual.
Yeah, well, I guess if they look like a boy and ask to be called a boy, that's also gender identity.
It is absolutely gender identity. Like, what are you talking about? That's like when the "Don't Say Gay" thing happened in Florida, or it's been happening. I saw a thing where a teacher posted about how they weren't going to refer to anyone's mother or father or like say he or she or him or her or any of that stuff, because that's all within what they're talking about.
Yeah.
That's all included. But these people don't think about that shit. They just want like someone to not be able to...
scared of 3 words.
Yeah, they refer to gender dysphoria as a mental disorder and saying it's harmful and that kids are very impressionable and a bunch of other dumb shit. But this is the kind of stuff that American politicians spend their time on. They mentioned Disney by name multiple times, of course.
Of course.
Because these people are all against Disney now.
Well, they must be very happy that there was a movie that just came out about a woman who only wanted to be a mother.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're also featured a character who had 2 moms, so like kind of cancels each other out. I saw something on Twitter earlier where someone was saying it was a terrible movie because it was woke. All right, so moving on. Some good news for you and people that like similar things. Cobra Kai Season 5 is coming September 9th. I believe there's a trailer for it.
Son. That's almost like a birthday present.
Yeah, did you not hear about this? I think there's a trailer as well. Pretty sure they released a trailer.
But I knew the season was coming because the stinger was like, just kidding. I'm Daniel and I'm going to be terrible still.
Oh, at the end of season 4?
Lost. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've never seen the show, so I don't really know anything about it. Paramount Plus has announced a new Jackass show, which is like, I liked Jackass Forever. This is kind of worrisome though to me, because like part of the thing about Jackass Forever, it was really good. It was like a celebration of like friends doing shit, which you thought was probably the last time, because they're all like Johnny Knoxville's just white, and like they're old now. They have a younger group.
Maybe they're gonna have a torch pass.
Well, that's kind of, the movie sort of has that because there's a bunch of new people in it. But the worrisome part about the show is how much are the older dudes going to do? You know, if it's just the younger people, fine with like the older dudes there. But like the more stuff they do, the more you're like, please, you're gonna die. Like Johnny Knoxville almost dies in Jackass.
We test this for like 3-4 seasons on Paramount Plus, which would be cheap to do, and then we can put that so like it's not only what's that Rob Dyrdek YouTube show? I
always forget, even though it's the only MTV show pretty much that's on.
Yeah, Ridiculousness.
Yes.
So then they can just splice that in between episodes of Ridiculousness to cleanse the palate, you know?
Yeah, to cleanse the palate of here's a group of only 10 people who are hurting themselves instead of random people on the internet. The best TV show announcement news is that Amanda Waller, the character from the Suicide Squad movies, a show of her own is in development. This is a Y with a capital W for me. Also, who wants this with a capital W? Like, why? I get Peacemaker was liked, and she was in that for a scene in the movie that he's from. She was in, but why?
So this is going to be like Get Smart, the DC series,
featuring like criminals going on missions, like even lesser knowns than the Suicide Squad movie has. I mean,
pulling somebody from Doom Patrol, so you can go, oh shit.
Probably, yeah. Unless that show gets canceled because like now DC has a new like parent company and they want to do everything themselves and have complete control over it. I would like to see a show about anybody, like any of the characters in the Suicide Squad movie, honestly, other than like Harley Quinn because she got a movie. Give like Idris Elba's character a show. Like he was cool. But like her character she doesn't really do anything other than just like tell people that they have to go on missions for her or she'll blow their head up. Yeah. You know, that's it. That is premiere stuff. Breeders season 3 starts tonight on FX. Candy, a Hulu miniseries that will air nightly for 5 nights this week, begins tonight. It stars Jessica Biel. I think it's like a crime series. The Marvel Assembled for Moon Knight is scheduled to premiere this week. I wrote scheduled to premiere Moon Knight. That doesn't make sense.
That's what Wednesday is now called.
I guess it's Wednesday. I'm assuming it's the same day as the episodes. Yeah. And then season 2 of Hacks, my number 2 show of 2021, premieres this Thursday on HBO Max. This is the one. They're releasing 2 episodes a week for the next 4 weeks. And then new episodes of Kids in the Hall hit Amazon Prime Friday the 13th. And all of the older episodes of Kids in the Hall. And The Lincoln Lawyer hits Netflix the same day. That will be 10 episodes. Lincoln Lawyer series, which there was a movie, but they made a show. Cool.
All right.
Because why not? Game news time. This isn't even news, but I played the Rift Tracks game in someone's Twitch channel last night. A game that came out last week, I think, which I kind of just didn't mention because I wasn't really sure what it was. It's kind of like a Jackbox sort of thing where they show a movie clip and then they go enter riff here and then like up to 6 people that are in the game just make a joke and then people vote on who they think is the best. It's like that. It's pretty fun. I think it's on all platforms too. There are rumors that Sony is going to buy Square Enix soon. Just a week after Square sold Eidos and Crystal Dynamics though, which is kind of weird.
If you asked me who owned Square Enix, I would have just said Sony.
Yeah, I mean, like years ago, I feel like that was the general, not consensus, but like that would have made a ton of sense because like all the Final Fantasy games pretty much were like Sony exclusives, but they've been on other platforms for a while. I think it's because Square's Japanese and Sony's basically Japanese. I mean, not basically, they are a Japanese company. So they do a lot more business with Sony and like Nintendo than they do with Xbox or Microsoft, which is an American company. Relevant news. I mean, it's all relevant, but very relevant. You can be Scarlet Witch in Fortnite now.
Ooh.
So that's cool.
You get her powers?
No. I think you get like a pickaxe that's like black or something. I don't know, man. Her fingers are black, so her pickaxe is black. Yeah, and then, related to Sam Raimi as well, Evil Dead the game comes out Friday the 13th. That's it for news.